This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for September 27, 2023. And in the news this evening, stolen gun led to St. Andrew triple murder, says cops. A stolen firearm is reportedly at the center of the murders of two brothers and their cousin, which occurred on Chisholm Avenue, St. Andrew on Saturday morning. Police and the residents have revealed that three men who were shot dead by gunmen were being told to return or pay for a firearm which another family member had stolen almost 2 years ago. Gunmen posing as cops murdered three men in the wee hours of the morning. They were identified as 28-year-old Mason Alex Orlando Ricketts, 31-year-old Navafato Ricketts, also a Mason, and Ricardo Dwight Henry, otherwise called Rasta, a 48-year-old delivery man. The deceased were all from 69 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston 13. The Ricketts were brothers and Henry was their cousin, the police said. The news understands that the now deceased men had a family member who stole a firearm about 2 years ago. That family member was killed, but the weapon was never returned. Since then, residents and the police have said gunmen have been harassing the now deceased men over the missing firearm, requesting that they return one or pay for the stolen weapon. Things reportedly came to a head on Saturday when the gunmen took the three from their home and killed them execution style at another premises. Police had reported that around 1:15 a.m., three men armed with rifles and posing as police officers entered the premises and took the three men from their dwelling house. It was further reported that the gunmen led them at a gunpoint to another dwelling house on the premises, where they opened a gunfire, hitting all three men in the upper body and killing them on the spot. The gunmen then made their escape on foot in the area. Several 5.56 mm and 9 mm spent casings were found at the murder scene, the police said. 3-year-old boy and a father perished in St. Catherine House fire. A 3-year-old boy and his father died from injuries they sustained in a fire at their home in Walling Path, Westchester, St. Catherine on Tuesday night. The toddler, identified as Cleon Williams, died last night, while his father, Sherman, succumbed to his injuries on Wednesday. Reports from the Waterford police are that about 11:40 p.m., residents saw fire coming from a section of the house and alerted the police and the fire department. Commander for the St. Catherine Fire Brigade, Superintendent Dennis Lyons, told the news that when the firefighters arrived on the scene, the 4-bedroom dwelling was found engulfed in flames. During the cooling down operation, Williams' charred remains were found among the debris. The 40-year-old father was taken to hospital, where he succumbed to injuries while undergoing treatment. St. Mary pastor's missing gun found in Portland. 3 men are now in custody following the seizure of 2 Glock pistols and 22 rounds of ammunition in separate incidents in Portland. One of the weapons recovered reportedly belonged to a St. Mary pastor who had reported it missing. The Jamaica Constabulary Force-led operations took place on Sunday and Tuesday. The pastor's stolen gun was reportedly recovered in Bybrook in West Portland. Reports are that a snap raid was carried out in Shrewsbury, Portland, about 10:45 a.m. on Sunday. A man from the community was taken into custody after a Glock 23 pistol with 1 magazine and 13 9mm cartridges was reportedly found in a black suitcase in a bedroom occupied by him. Superintendent of Police in charge of Portland, Lloyd Darby, told the news that the division continues to make progress in getting weapons off the street. Of note, the second seizure is the recovery of that Glock pistol, which was stolen in Boscobel, St. Mary from the pastor and the justice of the peace. 2 men were taken into custody, including the suspect named. The division has seized 7 firearms compared to 4 last year. We continue to engage citizens of the parish to partner with the police in the crime fight, Darby said. Madman was Beachy Stout's other nickname, witness claims during murder trial. The first witness in the Home Circuit Court murder trial of Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes said on Tuesday that Madman was one of the nicknames given to his former boss, Beachy Stout. McDonald and the Barnes are charged with the July 20, 2020 murder of Tonya McDonald, who was Beachy Stout's second wife. Tonya's partially burnt body was found slumped beside a raised motor vehicle on the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland. Her throat was slashed. "I call him Mr. Mac sometimes. I call him Madman. Other people call him Stout or Mr. Shine," he said. The witness, who had been an employee at Stout's supermarket in Portland, painted the picture of his former boss being a jealous man who sometimes spoke about wanting to murder people. He claimed that McDonald was overly controlling of Tonya. "Sassy was the name I call her. One year Mr. McDonald was not in the island, and when he came back in the morning, I heard him saying to her up by the office, 'You need to let go of the name Sassy. That name is not a part of you. You are Mrs. Mac. You are the boss now, so act like the boss.' At the front of the shop, he said, 'If I hear any one of you call her Sassy, I will fire you.' Mr. Mac and I would reason in the evenings when the shop closed, and he would talk to me about what was going on in the shop or what he would hear on the streets," the witness recalled. He would say, "How you never tell Mr. Tonya have man?" We would talk about who him a go kill and shoot. He always said him no drink him coffee hot. Him say him wait till it cool. He would ask if I felt Tonya was keeping another man. I told him I didn't know," added the witness. According to the witness, Beachy Stout and Tonya looked lovingly and happy in the early years of their relationship, but claimed the happiness between them fluctuated. "This minute they are happy, the next minute they are arguing. I was there during some of the arguments. Sometimes the argument is about her having an ex-man. Sometimes he would argue with her to put interest in the business. Sometimes he would tell her to stop arguing with the cashiers and start acting like a boss. He would argue with her about her writing checks without his knowledge. Sometimes he would say, 'Tonya, where are you coming from?' he said. Around 2015 or 2016, I noticed her body language changed and her face was dragging. Normally when she came to the shop, she would say, 'Good morning, everybody.' Some mornings she would be happy, and some mornings she came in dry without saying anything. Sometimes I noticed that they would not be together often, hugging or looking down on the business or talking. In 2019, the relationship was already rocky. Most of the nights when the shop closed or when I went upstairs, I heard him arguing with her about having man and how every time she left the business and gone," he continued. The witness claimed he saw Tonya come to the office with her face swollen and that on different occasions, Beachy Stout would destroy cellular phones belonging to her. He grabbed her head and slammed it into the wall. She was looking about lodgement and she had the phone on the counter. I heard him shout at her to put down the phone and do the lodgement. He pushed out his chair, went over to her and grabbed it up. She grabbed it back from him. He took the phone and said, "This is all you pay attention to," and he smashed it out. The witness claimed, adding that the situation caused her to tell her husband at that point that she was going home because she was tired of the treatment, the witness told the court. According to the witness, when she took up her things to leave the office, Beachy Stout allegedly told her to go on and get out of his life. She took up her handbag and left, the witness claimed. He said he didn't want her in his sight. He built an office for her and she went up there, out of his sight. He would take away her phone and confine her to the shop. He would come there sometimes in the night and argue with her to leave those careless friends who she was texting and calling, which caused her to leave the shop. He said, "Me no tell her say me no want to see you talk to that girl. All she does is give you man before she go about her business," he added. The trial continues on Thursday morning. Beachy Stout is being represented by attorneys at law Earl Hamilton, Courtney Rowe, Christopher Townsend, and John Jacobs, while Ernest Davis is representing Barnes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.